all in the wrist. Watch how I flip. Watch how I whip. I'm in the whip. All in the wrist. I never switch. Ice in the wrist. Car on the wrist. All in the wrist. Watch how I flip. Watch how I whip. I'm in the whip. All in the wrist. I never switch. Ice in the wrist. I get the money, but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit. I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist. On the wrist. On the wrist. Watch out, flash. I never switch. I never switch. I never switch. I never switch. Ice on the wrist. Ice on the wrist. Ice on the wrist. Ice on the wrist. Ice on the wrist.
Accessibility settings. Accessibility settings.
Hello, everyone. It's the coach.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. A second-time Pro Bowler here. This is the Chargers' Melvin Gordon. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right to line.
And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. That sack by Khalil Mack. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Escaping the pressure right. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. For Patrick Mahomes, what a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl.
And think about if you're in Kansas City, the organization, the team.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he finds his Chiefs teammate, Travis Kelce. It's a gain of 15 that time. And the AFC will have a first down. Mahomes now on first down. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Khalil Mack able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Aaron Donald with a sack.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Being chased out left. He's going to look deep for his running back, Gordon. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So an even first quarter on the scoreboard, but the threat of points on the horizon. 0-0 our score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports. Now Breeze on the bootleg. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he will score. Touchdown NFC. A 12. Touchdown grab, and the NFC is in for 6. PAT up and good by Rosas. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. When you think about the history of this Pro Bowl game, there was an all-star game going all the way back to 1939, but it officially became called the Pro Bowl in, I think, 1951.
You're exactly right. And that game was played out in L.A. in the same stadium where the L.A. Rams currently play. And back then, they split it into conferences, the American Conference versus the National Conference. The American Conference won 28-27, MVP of the game.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be 4th down. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down?
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 deep.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored.
You are so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down.
Personal foul.
Here's the call.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post Because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Mahomes to throw on second down. Forced out to his left. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Mahomes now to throw. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. It's a gain of 6 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Now here's Mahomes. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Charles, this the 2019 Pro Bowl. The AFC's won both games that have been played here in Orlando since they moved it here. Both have been competitive, 20-13 2 seasons ago, and then last year in 2018 it was 24-23 the final.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, Travis Kelce, Lorenzo Alexander were the game MVPs, offense and defense respectively. And then last year, Delaney Walker of the Titans, their tight end, he won it on offense, and Von Miller of the Broncos won it on defense.
Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a 1st down.
On 3rd down, he obviously wants to throw the football, but there's nowhere to go with it, so he takes off and goes. And now as he gets to the 1st down marker, he blows right past it and picks up big yardage.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. So we've reached halftime of the 2019 Pro Bowl with the NFC on top. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the New York Giants star playing in the Pro Bowl as a rookie, Saquon Barkley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
For Drew Brees, this his 12th Pro Bowl nomination, though he hasn't played all 12 years, but still, what a career and what a season, and to do it at this age, unbelievable.
Not too bad for a guy who turned 40 the week leading up to the NFC Championship game. He keeps himself in such superb physical condition and still loves everything that goes along with football. He may play till he's 60.
An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Well, he was so good throwing the football on 3rd down during the regular season. Why wouldn't it carry over here to the Pro Bowl?
Sometimes that's just who you are, right? If you're good at something during the, as you said, during the regular season, so what if it's with a bunch of guys you're unfamiliar with? It's 3rd down, he finds a way to convert.
12 more yards there and another 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business.
And he will score. Touchdown, NFC. Michael Thomas, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the NFC adds on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Working from the gun, Mahomes dancing to his left. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they're going to get their footwork involved. And that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal.
And he will carry this one in. Touchdown, NFC. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the NFC able to use the short field as they cash in for 6. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Mahomes now on 1st down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. You look back a few years ago, Charles, when the Pro Bowl did that 3-year experimentation. I know you're a traditionalist. You like AFC versus NFC.
Yes, I do.
But for the games 2014, 15, and 16, they tried something a little different. They held essentially a fantasy draft for players. Oh, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. Khalil Mack in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. It's the AFC with the football and the lead as we begin quarter number 4. Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. Breeze going to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. The left side completion to Jones. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One-handed. Love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a 1st down.
And he'll be the one in the film session If he's saying, hey, run that one back, coach.
Yeah.
Run that one back.
One more time.
Let's see that
2
again.
more times.
And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much out of it.
Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the AFC will have it 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Gets it up past the 10 with a nice move.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with the late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now Mahomes. And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give them 22 on that one. And that's an AFC first down. Now Gordon on 1st down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little game. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their 2nd as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. And he fends him off. Now he's flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. The AFC thus far on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Under pressure, they got him again. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And that's going to make it 4th down. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the
Welcome to Madden NFL 20. Here you can try the all-new QB1 face of the franchise or enjoy the Madden you already know and love with Madden Ultimate Team, franchise, or a quick pickup game and exhibition.
Actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard from your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know.
Hello, everyone. It's the coach. Welcome to EA Sports coverage of the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl from right here in Orlando, Florida. Coming up, the AFC looking to make it 3 in a row as they square.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
Breeze now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's how we do it, baby.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. Now Breeze throwing on second down. And he will find his Saints teammate Michael Thomas complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out in the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
They do go for it. It's Breeze. And an alley to run. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up. First and goal at the 5. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. Mahomes going to throw. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And give him a full 10 yards there. Second and goal.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup. Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talked about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let him get anywhere near it.
Myers' kick is good. And the AFC on the board first. It's 3-0.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. Well, we can continue to talk Pro Bowl as we go along, but let's talk a little Super Bowl. Super Bowl 53, 1 week from today over in Atlanta, New England taking on the Rams. Time for your Super Bowl prediction, CD. What do you think?
Well, everyone thinks defense when they think the New England Patriots, but in the time that they've had their head coach and their quarterback, Tom Brady, guess what? They're the #1 offensive team in the NFL. And you know the Rams are high flyers as well. So that tells me that this Super Bowl, low scoring. It's going to be a total anomaly. I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of 13-10 final score. going totally opposite what it should be.
Well, I'm going to completely disagree. I see high scoring, maybe 51-44, something like that. The two punters, Johnny Hecker and Ryan Allen, don't even show up to this one.
Johnny Hecker might throw a touchdown pass because you know the Rams like to fake it when he's on the field.
We mentioned the history of this game, the Pro Bowl. Of course, for many folks our age, the Pro Bowl always meant a trip to Hawaii. You know, they held it there from 80 to... And again, for a handful of years in this decade before the last three being here in Orlando.
And there's something to be said, no doubt about it, for getting to go to Hawaii. Imagine being named a Pro Bowler and going home and telling your family, we're headed to Hawaii for a vacation. But think about going to Orlando, especially if you've got kids. All the theme parks, all the great things to do, plus not nearly as long a flight no matter where you come from in the United States. I think it's a big deal and a good thing to have it here in Orlando.
Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this. On second down, here's Rodgers. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On third and long, it's Rodgers. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. Fourth down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. They'll run it here with the Chargers' Melvin Gordon. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On first down, Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Does the big boy have the juice? The 40, the 20, 10, and he will have a touchdown. big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
PAT up and good by Rosas. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Back out is the AFC offense. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
So we've reached half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The AFC offense now set to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And complete, right side to Cook. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Here we go.
23 yards on the play.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
That'll go as a loss of 5. They'll try the left side. Connor. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Well, we've talked about this game being hosted here in Orlando, and you and I are quite familiar with this place, especially you. You live, what, 20, 25 minutes from here?
Yeah, not bad at all, right? An easy trip to come right to the studios here in Orlando. You, of course, have to give a little bit more effort, a quick flight, then you're here, but you've learned this city quite well. And how about it, the Madden Studios right here in Orlando? That's where Coach and the guys hang out as well.
It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Well, you know, it's hard for some of these guys to get on the same page because they've only been practicing together for a week, but these two, I think they're pretty familiar.
I would say so, right? You go back to OTAs, mini camps, preseason camp, games, the whole deal. They ought to know each other pretty well, and in an all-star game like this, key situations, you find someone like that who you know will be exactly where you think they're supposed to be.
Hey, 626.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Rolling to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Well, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that...
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Myles Garrett in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And he goes out right around the 39. The NFC's decision to go for it does not pan out. And the AFC is going to get the football back in great field position.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. The tight end Kelce has it over the middle. They'll get 9 there. Is that sets him up better for 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now it's Conner, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
We call that sack flip.
So it's the NFC with the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Rodgers. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Von Miller. And the AFC is going to get the football back in great field position.
Let's go, D.
They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Back to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. He's back to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. He'll look to throw. That's caught at the 1. And he will score. Touchdown AFC. Travis Kelsey in the final minute. And the AFC has retaken the lead. Well, we saw that tandem hook up quite a few times during the regular season, didn't we?
We certainly did, and it continues now in the Pro Bowl. You have to know that even if they didn't consciously plan it, you do try and find guys you're familiar with in a game like this.
This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense for the NFC back out there. And one thing you'd like to see in a Pro Bowl, a competitive contest. We've got that just like the last 2 seasons. A one-score game as we play here in the 4th.
What I'd love to know, what's the discussion on the sidelines of both teams right now? Because, you know, it's an exhibition-type game, but as you said, as competitive as it is now, these guys are going to want to win. There may be some guys who sub some guys out, trying to get back on the field and try to help their team win down the stretch.
And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Rodgers to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one goes for 20. Yards. Back to throw. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Back to throw, Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. This one is right down Broadway. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. 23 yards on the play. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins. On the perimeter.
They'll run on first down. Gordon, they'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, to just say, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking. Clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. They come out here in the eye. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he floats one there, incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Biggest play now in this opening drive of overtime. This is 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That's caught at the 3. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And Myers able to knock it through. And they will take the lead at... The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The NFC offense heading back onto the field. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you.
Well, the pressure gets home, and the AFC comes up with a sack. Von Miller getting him once again. His 3rd sack of the afternoon.
58. Come on. Double top. Yeah, Liz. Mike, all right. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the run.
What can Rodgers do now with his drive? Looking downfield for Jones. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, and it's third down. On play action, Rodgers being chased, and a big loss here as he's taken down. And now the timeout comes in with just 1 second left in overtime. And here's your ball game, down 3 in overtime, but they're going for this thing on fourth down.
Watch the eye. Watch twist. Hey, 626.
Rodgers going to go on fourth down. Looking deep for Julio. And got his man complete. On play action, now Rodgers steps away to his left. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 23 yards on the play. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
And partner.
Let's go. Check out the free. Check 24. Also over here.
Rodgers now on first down. Forced out to his left. Now he'll square up and... Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory.
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played. A lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.